Hello, this is Rosa Lewis and Sam Hines, and we're going to do a shared imaginal practice where Sam explores the concept of nature is a state of flux, guided by me. You can listen along to it as if it was a guided meditation and just notice the feelings, the images, the sensations that come up in your body as you listen. You can also use it as inspiration for your own journeys. And if you would like to do this practice with a friend or some friends, then we will link to the shared imaginal practice instructions in the description and also put some concepts that you can explore that are linked to the breathing as the Biosphere theme. And we'll start by closing our eyes and taking a couple of slow breaths. And would you like to repeat the concept you've chosen out loud?
Nature is a state of flux.
Or would you like to say it again once or twice more?
Nature is a state of flux. Nature is a state of flux.
And where do you feel that resonating in your body?
Um, largely, largely in the belly, I think largely in the intestines.
And what does that feel like?
Well, as soon as I named it, it's like my attention started moving down the legs. Um, it's kind of funny and humorous. It's like there's nowhere in the body that stays put, where I can locate it. How appropriate.
Almost as if nature is a state of flux.
Almost. Yeah.
Um, and what's the movement like when it moves from like the belly to the legs or wherever it is now? What's that kind of transitional movement like?
Yeah, there is kind of like a fluidity to it. It's almost like before I even have an opportunity to really um sense into it and take hold of it, it's already changed into something else. And so there's something very mercurial about it. And when it started in the belly, there had been, and I'm already speaking in the past tense, but it had been like quicksand, like the churning movement of quicksand was the first image that was coming. And I'll just share because and I'm still kind of reaching to the past here, but uh, there was like a flower that was growing and then it was dying, and while all the while its roots were going down, and there's just like this, like flourishing into life and wilting into death, and all like reaching toward a sun that was moving, in the sky. And so there's just a lot of motion.
Yeah, lush. And are there any like qualities or tones or colors or anything that stays that kind of moves at a different pace and stays with the flux? Or is it all just wildly kind of different?
So far it's been quite dynamic, but I'm almost getting these images of like quivering lichens growing, as if there were a time lapse camera set up, and just like watching these kind of mossy lichen formations growing. And when I feel into the image, it's almost like I can kind of feel both the vigor and tenacity of life to want to just express and grow and thrive, but I can also feel the kind of wilting movement toward death and like release too. And I can feel both of those urges simultaneously, the urge to flourish and almost the urge to release and die.
It feels super like lush and whole and um yeah, full of aliveness and also death. I wonder, What's the like emotional tone that you experience when you feel this?
Yeah, it's very interesting what's happening now. It's like gone out toward like a cosmic scale, and I can feel uh like a sun is in my heart, and I can feel its rays, shining from it. But I think I get a sense of even the sun is in flux, and what it's shining its rays onto are in these orbital motions that just won't stop. Uh, and the emotional tone, it's such a subtle experience. I'm actually really appreciating the process of trying to find words for this. It's like both like an exuberant joy of like awe and celebration, like, oh my God, all of this, look at all of this, look at this like symphony of innumerable processes just dancing. And there's also a melancholy where it's like, oh my God, I can't hold on to any of this, and it's all fleeting, and like almost like the moment I can celebrate and apprehend its beauty, it's already gone. It's already changed. And so yeah, it's like this iridescence between exuberant joy and like melancholy.
And how do when you feel in your body, what does your body feel like in connection with all of this?
It's like multiple things at once. I still feel that quality in the heart, though it's a bit tender at the moment. Still connected to the gut and the intestines. That's way I can put it. Is that something feels both kind of heavy, but also like somehow kind of serene. And there's almost a sense of like a center in the central column that I can always like come back to and rest in. It's almost like even amidst all this flux and change and what any passing moment in the flux evokes, and then what the passing away of that into something else evokes, and like this uh polychrome mixture of experience. There's like something in the central column that I can just rest in. And it's almost what comes is almost like the eye of the storm or something, like the eye of a hurricane, that empty point in the middle of the torrent of intensity. Yeah.
Yeah, lush. I'm just like hanging out with that for a minute. Can you describe some of the shape of all the flux around you and like how you feel that um yeah, emerging like from or within or around experience?
So as soon as you started to pose the question, it's almost like I had a view of this hurricane, and almost as though it's descending upon it at an angle, and can see the disc-like shape, the disc-like distribution. And that became sort of overlaid with a galaxy. And I could see that similar, black hole in the middle and a kind of disc-like swirling distribution. So there's this, kind of almost disc-like, somewhat toroidal, but really like elongated and rotating uh, assemblage of bodies in motion, whether it's vapor, whether it's stars. And there's the sense of the bodies in space and the empty space between them, and just the ceaseless reconfiguration of pattern amongst all of it.
Yeah, it feels super like epic and nourishing to be in touch with. Um, I wonder how, yeah, if like what it means to you personally, or how you sort of process this in a in your meaning making system.
So as you're posing that question, and like actually what started to emerge just before you posed the question, but it started to resonate with it was almost like feeling all the seasons simultaneously in different places. Um, I can feel the exuberance of summer. I can feel the dormancy of winter, the kind of downward darkening of fall, and the uh, verdancy of spring. But it's more than just the seasons too. I can feel different ecosystems. I can feel the lush richness of rainforest. I can feel the kind of arid dryness of desert. I can feel the hardened cold of Arctic, the dark depths of the sea. I mean, it could just keep going and going. So I'll stop there. But there's kind of like it's still this um, both beautiful and tragic sense of it all, that it's all changing, and it's all changing. So it's like I both mourn and celebrate, as it's just everything is changing, and there's a sense that like nothing stays, but it also keeps coming back, in new and beautiful ways. So there's some feeling that I can't hold on to any of this, and yet there's some sense in which nothing in this, at least in its essence or in that deep kind of almost archetypal quality and flavor that all of these different seasons and landscapes, like that won't be extinguished, and there's no place from which these flavors can never return for a time.
Yeah, lovely. And is there anything else you want to say about the coming back and that returning?
uh, Robert Frost's poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, is coming. I may still have it memorized. Just nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves flower, but only so an hour. Then lead subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay. Yeah, I feel like that captures it.
And do you want to say the concept out loud again?
Nature is a state of flux.
Does anything feel different, or does anything else want to be recognized or included this time when you say it?
That what we experience as nature, this, I almost feel bashful saying it, but it's like there's something deeply holy, there's something deeply sacred about all of it. Like it is the divine. I'm really sensing that nature is a state of flux irradiated with the divine.
Beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, thank you, Rosa. That was really wonderful.
Yeah, epic.